Hi, everyone. If you use Mac, you may have heard of Linux commands or the terminal. To run Linux commands on your Mac, you need to open a terminal session. To open the terminal session, you just go to the Launchpad and search for terminal. And then you will see a terminal icon. Click on it, you will have a terminal session like this. There are many Linux commands you can run on your Mac. Today I'm going to introduce a few of them. The first one I want to introduce to you is ls. ls is to list files or folders under a directory. There are some options. If you just type ls, you only see the file names. If you type ls-l, that's a long listing. You have more information about the files or directories. On the first column of each line, if you see a letter D, that means it's a folder. Okay, that's a folder. If you just dash, then that's just a regular file. You can use this command called clear to clear up the session. Another command is pwd. It shows the current path you are working on or you are under. PWD stands for present working directory. I always use clear to clear up the screen. Back to the ls command. If you type ls-l and a D and put a wildcard star, it only lists the files and the folders under the current directory. Without D, it will list all files and files underneath the subfolders. You can see that now the files underneath the travel photos folder, you see more subdirectories. And also under the bin folder, you see all the regular files under the bin directory or subfolder. The second command is you probably have a need to rename a file or directory. Let's see. Let me introduce you another command called touch. Touch is basically you touch a file. If the file already exists, it doesn't do anything. You just touch it. And let's say file.1.txt. So actually the touch update is timestamp. It doesn't change the content, but it changes timestamp. That's a touch. If the file does not exist, let's see if this file does exist. It does. Let's try another one. Okay, that also exists. 5. Oh, okay, this one doesn't exist. So if this file doesn't exist, if you type a touch file5.txt, now this file is created. You can use the up or down arrow, use up arrow to find the old command. Hit return. Okay, now you can see this file is created, but with 0 byte. That means the file is an empty file. That's how you create the two files. To rename a file, let's say we to rename this file to a different name, say file, you want to rename it, then you can use move mv. That's called a move. Is a short name of move. So move file 5.txt to, let's give a new name, txt. So now the file 5 doesn't exist anymore, and then 6 is the 6 is a replacement of file 5. You can see the timestamp is the same. That's because we just rename. When you rename a file from one name to another, it carries the timestamp and will cause the content. In this case, there's no content. Okay, clear up. Or you can copy a file. Say we have this file 1.txt. Okay, let's add some content to it. To add content, you can use echo. This is a test, and save the text into this file. Now this file has non-zero bytes. Actually, to view the content, you can use cat or catalog, cat file 1.txt. See, that's the content. If we want to copy the content of this file to another file, let's see if another file exists. Not. You can use cp, meaning copy file 1.txt to file 7.txt. Let's reveal the file, the new file 7. Just copy. On this copy, first create the new file and then copy the content from the first file to the second. So this this is just created. I can view the content. This is a test. So that's how you copy a file. Okay. Yeah, another command is find. Let's see, you have a very large directory structure. You want to find, you don't remember where the file is, you can use a find command. The basic use of find is you find and the type of the directory structure. You can specify any directory, or you can just simply use dot. That means current directory and underneath. And then give a name. If you remember the whole file name, like that, that's fine. You can find it. This find is right here underneath here. And you can check that. This here. Or if you don't remember the file name, you can use, if you know part of it, say, oh, I know it's file name called file 7, but I don't know the extension, don't know anything else. But you can use a wildcard, but remember, use a double quote it. You can still find the file. Let's try to find another file. Let's see, we have a file called image file is with some text like a 001, something like that. See if we can find a file. Oh, we find a bunch because the wildcard, anything match the first part matches. So if you want to narrow down the search, you can always say I want to find 08 and 18. can do that. So you find 2 files on the 2 directories. Well, the same subdirectory and a different sub-directory. I find 2 files. Okay, I think that's it for today, and we will introduce more commands or more options to the commands. For example, the find command can have more options. We can look at that in future tutorial. Thank you. Bye-bye.